The incredible story of Oba Femi, the beginning of a giant. Every generation of WWE creates a new superstar. Some become champions, some become legends. But only a few possess the rare ability to make fans believe they are watching the future of the industry. Today, one name is rising faster than almost anyone expected. Oba Femi, powerful, fearless, dominant. But long before the bright lights of WWE, before thousands of fans chanted his name, and before championship gold rested on his shoulders, there was a young boy with a dream much bigger than the world around him. Femi was born in Nigeria, a country known for producing talented athletes with incredible strength and determination. From a young age, he stood out from everyone around him. He was taller, stronger, and naturally gifted. While many children dreamed of becoming football stars, Oba was fascinated by competition and pushing his body to its limits. His family believed that success came through discipline, education, and hard work. Those values shaped his mindset from an early age. Every challenge became an opportunity to grow stronger, and every setback became another reason to keep moving forward. As he grew older, his athletic ability became impossible to ignore. Coaches quickly noticed that he possessed explosive power unlike most athletes his age. Instead of focusing on one sport, he trained in multiple events, constantly improving his strength, speed, and technique. Eventually, Oba moved to the United States to continue his education and athletic career. It was a life-changing decision. Leaving home was never easy, but he knew that achieving greatness required sacrifice. At college, he dedicated himself to track and field, specializing in the shot put. Day after day, he trained relentlessly, spending countless hours in the gym and on the field. His work ethic impressed coaches and teammates alike. His performances continued to improve, and he became known as one of the strongest competitors in collegiate athletics. Every competition taught him something new about discipline, patience, and mental toughness. What nobody realized at the time was that these same qualities would one day make him a perfect fit for WWE. With his towering physique, incredible strength, and natural charisma, Oba looked like someone born to perform on the biggest stage in sports entertainment. But he had no idea that WWE was already searching for athletes exactly like him. His life was about to change forever, and that change would begin with one opportunity. An opportunity that would transform a world-class athlete into one of WWE's fastest-rising superstars. For years, Oba Femi had dedicated his life to becoming one of the best athletes he could be. Every throw, every workout, and every competition had prepared him for success. But destiny had something much bigger planned. WWE had begun searching for elite athletes from different sports, people with incredible physical ability who could become the next generation of superstars. Their scouts wanted individuals with size, strength, discipline, and the willingness to learn. When they discovered Oba Femi, they immediately saw something special. He wasn't just another powerful athlete. He had the look, he had the presence, and most importantly, he had the mindset of a champion. Soon Oba received the opportunity that millions of people only dream about, an invitation to join WWE. Accepting that opportunity meant starting over. Everything he had mastered in track and field suddenly meant very little inside a wrestling ring. Professional wrestling demanded far more than strength. It required timing, balance, storytelling, confidence, and the ability to perform under the bright lights in front of thousands of passionate fans. Oba arrived at the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida, where some of the greatest future superstars begin their journey. The training was unlike anything he had experienced before. Every day was physically exhausting. He learned how to fall safely, how to deliver powerful moves without seriously injuring an opponent, how to connect with an audience, and how to transform athletic ability into sports entertainment. The coaches immediately noticed his incredible work ethic. While many newcomers struggled to adapt, Oba refused to quit. If he made a mistake, he repeated the drill again and again until he got it right. His massive size, explosive power, and calm confidence quickly separated him from the rest of the trainees. Inside the Performance Center, people quietly began saying the same thing. This man could become a future main event superstar. Months of relentless training finally led to the moment he had been waiting for. His official WWE debut was approaching. Nobody knew exactly how far he would go, but one thing was becoming clear. A new powerhouse was about to arrive in NXT. The day finally arrived. After months of relentless training at the WWE Performance Center, Oba Femi stepped into the ring for his first official matches in NXT. For many rookies, this moment brings pressure and uncertainty. But Oba carried himself with quiet confidence. The crowd didn't know much about him yet. But the moment he walked through the entrance, they noticed something different. His size, his calm expression, his incredible physique. He looked less like a rookie and more like someone ready to dominate. As the bell rang, Oba wasted no time proving why WWE had invested in him. Every move displayed raw power. Every slam shook the ring. Every strike reminded fans that they were witnessing an athlete unlike most others. His opponents quickly realized that facing Oba Femi was unlike facing anyone else. He wasn't just strong, he was explosive, fast, and surprisingly agile for a man of his size. Match after match, his confidence continued to grow. The victories started piling up, and fans began paying attention. Social media filled with clips of his powerful offense, while wrestling analysts praised his rapid improvement. Many believed Oba had the potential to become one of WWE's biggest stars. But potential alone doesn't create champions. Consistency does. Oba understood that every victory brought higher expectations. Instead of becoming comfortable, he trained even harder. He studied experienced wrestlers, listened carefully to his coaches, and worked every day to improve every part of his game. Soon, bigger opportunities arrived. Instead of facing unknown opponents, Oba began competing against respected NXT stars. These matches tested not only his strength, but also his patience, strategy, and mental toughness. With each challenge, he became more complete. Fans were no longer asking, "Who is Oba Femi?" Now they were asking, "Who can actually stop Oba Femi?" The answer wasn't easy, because with every passing week, he looked more unstoppable than ever. A championship opportunity was getting closer, and once gold entered the picture, Oba Femi's career would reach an entirely new level. Every superstar dreams of holding championship gold. For Oba Femi, that dream wasn't just about winning a title. It was about proving that he belonged among WWE's elite. By now, his dominance in NXT had become impossible to ignore. Week after week, he overpowered opponents with a rare combination of strength, athleticism, and confidence. Fans no longer saw him as a promising rookie. They saw him as a future champion. When the opportunity finally came, Oba didn't hesitate. He stepped into one of the biggest matches of his young career with complete focus. The pressure was enormous. Thousands of fans watched every move, knowing that one victory could change his future forever. The match was intense. His opponent attacked with speed and experience, trying to wear the powerful newcomer down. For a moment, it looked like Oba might suffer the biggest defeat of his career. But champions are defined by how they respond under pressure. Oba refused to stay down. He fought back with incredible determination, using his power to shift the momentum. Every slam brought the crowd to its feet. Every comeback made the arena louder than before. Then came the final moments. One devastating finishing sequence. The referee counted. 1, 2, 3. The bell rang. Oba Femi had captured championship gold. The celebration inside the arena wasn't just about a title. It was the beginning of a new era. WWE had found a superstar who looked capable of carrying the future of the brand. But becoming champion also made him the biggest target in NXT. Every challenger wanted to defeat him. Every rival wanted to take the championship. Instead of backing away, Oba welcomed every challenge. He defended his title with pride, proving that his first championship victory was no accident. Each successful defense strengthened his reputation as one of the most dominant competitors in NXT. Commentators began comparing his physical dominance to some of the greatest powerhouses in WWE history. Fans started asking the same question after every victory. How long before Oba Femi reaches the main roster? The answer seemed closer than ever. Because once a superstar dominates NXT, the next destination is usually the biggest stage of all. Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown. And when that moment arrived, Oba Femi would discover that the competition at the top of WWE was unlike anything he had faced before. Winning a championship changed everything. From that moment on, Oba Femi was no longer just another rising talent. He had become one of the biggest attractions in NXT. Every week, fans filled the arena expecting one thing: pure domination. Every challenger entered the ring believing they had a strategy to defeat the champion. Some relied on speed, some used experience, others tried to attack his confidence, but almost every match ended the same way. Oba Femi stood tall with his hand raised in victory. His championship reign wasn't built on luck. It was built on discipline, preparation, and relentless hard work. Behind the scenes, he continued to train harder than ever. While fans only saw the victories on television, they didn't see the countless hours spent in the gym, studying matches, and improving every part of his performance. That mindset separated him from many other young superstars. Soon, wrestling experts began making bold predictions. Many believed Oba Femi had all the tools to become a future world champion. His size, athleticism, confidence, and ability to connect with the audience reminded people of some of WWE's greatest powerhouses. The rumors grew louder with every passing week. When will Oba Femi be called up to the main roster? Because everyone knew that the biggest challenges didn't exist in NXT, they were waiting on Raw and SmackDown. Imagine stepping into the ring against former world champions. Imagine facing veterans who had spent years at the top of WWE. Imagine standing across from superstars who had already made history. That would require more than strength. It would require patience, experience, and the heart of a true champion. Oba understood that his journey was far from over. Winning titles was important, but building a legacy was something completely different. Legends aren't remembered because they won one championship. They're remembered because they continued winning when the pressure became greater. And for Oba Femi, the greatest test of his career was still waiting. A test that could transform him from an NXT champion into one of WWE's biggest superstars. The journey from NXT to WWE's biggest stage has ended the careers of many talented superstars. Some arrived with huge expectations, only to disappear. Others struggled under the pressure of performing in front of millions of fans around the world. Oba Femi knew that becoming a champion in NXT was only the beginning. The real challenge was proving that he could dominate on the biggest stage in sports entertainment. By now, his name had become impossible to ignore. Fans were talking about him. Wrestling analysts were praising him. Even veteran superstars had started paying attention. Everyone wanted to know the answer to one question. Could Oba Femi become WWE's next unstoppable force? The comparisons started coming from every direction. Some fans compared his raw power to legendary giants. Others admired his athletic ability, saying that very few men of his size could move as quickly and as smoothly as he could. But Oba wasn't interested in becoming the next version of someone else. He wanted to become the first Oba Femi. That mindset made him different. He wasn't chasing another superstar's legacy. He was building his own. Every entrance became more confident. Every match became more intense. Every victory sent a clear message to the WWE locker room. A new powerhouse has arrived. As his reputation continued to grow, bigger names slowly entered the conversation. Fans began imagining dream matches against some of WWE's toughest competitors. Could Oba Femi stand toe-to-toe with the biggest champions? Could he survive the pressure of premium live events? Could he one day headline WrestleMania? No one knew the answers, but one thing was certain. Oba Femi wasn't afraid of anyone. He respected every opponent, but he feared none. For him, every challenge was another opportunity to prove that he belonged among WWE's elite. His story was no longer about potential. It was about destiny. And destiny was calling him toward the biggest battles of his entire career. The question was no longer if Oba Femi would become a major WWE superstar. The only question left was, who would be brave enough to stand in his way? The journey from NXT to WWE's biggest stage has ended the careers of many talented superstars. Some arrived with huge expectations, only to disappear. Others struggled under the pressure of performing in front of millions of fans around the world. Oba Femi knew that becoming a champion in NXT was only the beginning. The real challenge was proving that he could dominate on the biggest stage in sports entertainment. By now, his name had become impossible to ignore. Fans were talking about him. Wrestling analysts were praising him. Everyone wanted to know the end.